In the journey of love and relationships, people often chase validation and affection like moths drawn to a flame. But what if the secret to being truly unforgettable wasn't about chasing, begging, or pleading? What if the key lies in mastering yourself? Picture this: a life where your joy isn't tethered to someone else's approval. A life where your peace isn't shattered by unanswered texts or the cold shoulder. A life where your worth isn't defined by someone else's fleeting attention. This isn't just a fantasy. It's reality you can create by tapping into a timeless philosophy: Stoicism. Stoicism, an ancient school of thought, doesn't just teach resilience, it teaches freedom. It reminds us that true power comes from controlling what's within and letting go of what's beyond our grasp. The Stoic mindset isn't about suppressing feelings, it's about mastering them. It's about becoming so centered in your being that you transform into a beacon of strength and serenity. Qualities that naturally draw people toward you. But how does this make someone miss you? Here's the paradox. When you detach from the need for someone's attention, you become more magnetic. When you focus on your growth, your inner peace and your purpose, you become a rare presence in a world full of desperation and noise and rarity. That's what people miss. Imagine you're a tree in a storm. Most trees sway and break under the pressure of the wind, but a Stoic tree stands firm. Its roots are deep, its foundation unshakable. That's the kind of presence Stoicism can help you cultivate. You're no longer the one grasping for affection. You're the one whose absence is felt. In this video, we'll unravel the Stoic secrets to making a lasting impact, not through manipulation or games, but through genuine transformation. This isn't about becoming someone's puppet master. It's about becoming someone so whole, so unshakable, that your presence lingers long after you've left the room. Here's the truth. People are drawn to strength. They crave stability in a chaotic world. When you embody Stoic principles, self-discipline, emotional control, and an unshakable sense of purpose, you become a lighthouse in the storm, a constant amidst the chaos. And when you're gone, that absence feels like the quiet after a powerful melody, a silence that makes people long for the song to play again. Today, we'll explore how Stoicism can reshape your approach to love and life. We'll talk about releasing attachment, embracing self-sufficiency, and how these practices not only make you stronger, but also more magnetic. This isn't about tricks or superficial strategies. This is about becoming unforgettable by becoming the best version of yourself. So, if you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, if you're ready to replace neediness with resilience, and if you're ready to become someone worth missing, stay with us. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let's embark on this journey of transformation. Remember, the goal isn't to make someone miss you. The goal is to become so complete within yourself that their longing is simply a reflection of the power you hold. Let's dive in. Number 1, mastering the uncontrollable life often feels like a game of tug-of-war with forces we cannot see. We pull and strain, hoping to bend outcomes to our will, only to end up exhausted and defeated. The Stoics had a profound insight into this universal struggle. Much of our stress and despair comes from trying to control things that are simply beyond our grasp. Imagine trying to command the wind to change direction. Futile, isn't it? Yet, this is exactly what we do when we obsess over outcomes, other people's actions, or even the future. At first glance, this realization may feel like a bitter pill to swallow. Doesn't giving up control mean we're powerless? Not at all. Paradoxically, it's the opposite. Accepting that we cannot control everything is the first step toward real power. the power over ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Consider this. Life is like a river. You can't stop the current, nor can you force it to flow your way. But you can learn to navigate it with skill and grace. Stoicism teaches us to let go of the illusion of control over the river itself and focus instead on mastering the boat, our inner selves. Our attitudes, choices, and reactions are the oars we hold in our hands. This is where our true strength lies. But letting go isn't the same as giving up. It's about shifting your energy. Instead of wasting it on things you cannot change, you invest it in what you can: your patience, your understanding, your resilience. This doesn't make you passive, it makes you strategic. By accepting the natural flow of life, you aren't surrendering to chaos, you're learning to dance with it. You might wonder, does letting go of control mean our efforts are meaningless? Absolutely not. It's about redefining what success looks like. Imagine planting a tree. You can nurture it, water it, and protect it from harm, but you cannot make it grow faster. The outcome is beyond your control, yet your efforts are far from worthless. The act of caring for the tree aligns with your values, and that is where fulfillment lies. This mindset extends to relationships. We often think we can mold people into who we want them to be, but this only leads to frustration. When you stop trying to control others and instead focus on how you show up, compassionate, calm, self-assured, you create an environment where relationships flourish naturally. In this light, every challenge becomes an opportunity. That cancelled plan, a lesson in adaptability, that unreciprocated text, a test of your emotional independence. Life's curveballs are no longer threats but teachers, shaping you into someone who can face anything with grace and strength. True freedom isn't about mastering the world, it's about mastering yourself. When you stop chasing control and start cultivating inner tranquility, you'll find that life doesn't just become easier, it becomes richer. As Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom, and it's the first step toward a life defined not by anxiety, but by balance and peace. Number 2, stop borrowing happiness. Build it within. Have you ever noticed how much of your happiness depends on others? A missed call, a lukewarm compliment, or even an unliked photo on social media can feel like a gut punch. It's as though our worth is tethered to the reactions of those around us. But what if I told you that real, lasting happiness has nothing to do with anyone else? What if the key to feeling whole lies not in their approval, but in your own? Imagine handing someone the remote control to your emotions. Every time they press a button, whether it's with praise, indifference, or rejection, you react. That's what seeking external validation does. It places your peace in someone else's hands. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that champions self-mastery, hands that remote back to you. As Epictetus wisely said, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Stoicism isn't about shutting people out or pretending we don't care. It's about building a foundation so strong within ourselves that we remain unshaken by the winds of external opinion. Picture this. You're a lighthouse on a stormy shore. The waves crash, the wind howls, yet you stand tall, your light unwavering. That's what happens when you ground yourself in your own worth instead of seeking it from others. You cultivate qualities like wisdom, courage, and resilience, qualities that make your inner world so rich and self-sustaining that you don't need anyone else's affirmation to feel whole. Now, let's address a question that might pop into your mind. Does this mean I stop caring about people? Not at all. Stoicism encourages meaningful connections built on respect and authenticity, not dependency. When you're no longer desperate for someone's approval, you show up in relationships as your true self, not as someone molded by fear of rejection or the need to impress. Ironically, this makes you even more attractive. Confidence, passion, and self-assurance are like magnets in a world full of insecurity. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones constantly chasing others' approval? Or are they the ones who seem deeply rooted in their own purpose, content in their journey, regardless of what others think? When you focus on your personal growth, you become one of those people. You naturally draw others in, not because you've manipulated them, but because authenticity is rare and irresistible. Instead of spending your energy worrying about who notices you, redirect that energy inward. Learn a new skill. Start a passion project. Dive into what truly makes you tick. This isn't just fulfilling, it makes you someone others can't help but miss. True happiness, as the Stoics remind us, doesn't come from applause or approval. It comes from living in alignment with your values, pursuing your purpose, and finding peace within. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So, why borrow happiness from others when you can build your own? Focus on nurturing your inner world, and you'll not only discover a deeper sense of contentment, you'll also become unforgettable to those around you. Number 3. Become your own anchor, the power of independence and emotional resilience. Life often feels like an unpredictable sea, with waves of challenges crashing when you least expect them. One moment, it's smooth sailing. The next, a storm rages, threatening to throw you off course. It's easy to feel helpless, tossed around by events beyond your control. But what if you could become your own anchor, steady and unshaken, no matter how fierce the storm? This is the promise of Stoicism, the art of cultivating independence and emotional resilience. At its core, Stoicism teaches us one profound truth. While we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This isn't just a lofty ideal, it's a blueprint for emotional freedom. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest thinkers, captured this perfectly when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let's consider this in practical terms. Say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your first instinct might be to fume, yell, or let the irritation linger. But pause for a moment. Did that person's action truly have the power to ruin your day? Or did you hand them that power? Stoicism invites us to take back control, to choose our response instead of being swept away by emotion. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. Instead, it means recognizing them, understanding their roots, and then deciding how much influence they'll have over you. Imagine your emotions as wild horses. Without training, they'll drag you wherever they please. But with guidance, you can harness their energy and direct them. This is what Stoicism offers. Not a denial of emotion, but mastery over it. This mindset is especially transformative in relationships. Too often, we tie our happiness to someone else's actions, how they treat us, how much attention they give, or whether they meet our expectations. It's like giving them a key to your well-being, one they didn't ask for and might not even know they hold. Stoicism teaches us to reclaim that key. Love and connection are beautiful, but they should never come at the cost of your independence. A truly meaningful relationship isn't built on neediness or fear of being alone. It's built on mutual respect and shared values. When you're emotionally resilient, you bring your whole self to the table, not a version of you molded by insecurity. Take a moment to think about the strongest people you know. Are they the ones who crumble under pressure, or those who face challenges with quiet confidence? Emotional resilience isn't about being unfeeling. It's about being adaptable. Life's ups and downs don't break you because you've learned to bend without losing your core. But how do you build this kind of resilience? It starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions, especially in moments of stress. Ask yourself, is this reaction helping me? Is it grounded in reality or an old pattern I need to let go of? This simple habit can transform how you see the world and your place in it. Practicing gratitude also plays a huge role. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means facing them with a sense of perspective. As Epictetus put it, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Another powerful tool is aligning your actions with your values. When your daily life reflects what truly matters to you, external setbacks lose their sting. You're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions or life's unpredictability, because your sense of purpose comes from within. Now you might wonder, does emotional resilience mean I'll never need anyone? Not at all. Stoicism doesn't ask you to be an island. Instead, it encourages you to be a lighthouse, rooted and self-sufficient, yet illuminating the way for others. Relationships are richer and more fulfilling when they're built on a foundation of strength, not dependence. Think of emotional resilience as a muscle. It grows through practice, through facing life's storms with grace and courage. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your core. When a friend disappoints you, you learn to forgive without losing yourself. When life takes an unexpected turn, you adapt without despair. This journey isn't about sailing through life without a care. It's about learning to weather the waves with dignity. The Stoics remind us that change is the only constant. Embracing this truth makes you stronger, not weaker. You stop resisting the flow of life and start moving with it. Picture a tree in the middle of a powerful windstorm. A shallow-rooted tree might snap, but one with deep roots sways and bends, its foundation unshaken. Stoicism helps you grow those deep roots, anchoring you in a sense of inner peace and purpose that no storm can uproot. In embracing this philosophy, you'll find that emotional resilience isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. You'll laugh more freely, love more deeply, and face life's uncertainties with a quiet confidence that inspires others. As you walk this path, remember that you're not alone. Stoic principles have guided countless individuals throughout history, from Roman emperors to modern thinkers. Their wisdom is a reminder that resilience isn't just possible, it's your birthright. So, let life's storms come. You're not here to hide from them, but to face them head-on, guided by the principles of independence and emotional resilience. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let every obstacle be a stepping stone, every challenge a teacher. In doing so, you'll not only weather the storms, you'll grow stronger with each passing wave. Number 4, living a life. That echoes the Stoic path to meaning. What does it mean to live a life that truly matters? Is it about wealth, success, and applause from the world? Or is it something deeper, something quieter, something timeless? The Stoics, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, believed that the essence of a meaningful life isn't found in chasing what the world says is important. Instead, it's found in aligning ourselves with our true nature, embracing virtue, and living in harmony with the grand rhythm of the universe. Imagine your life as a song. Many people fill their song with flashy, loud notes, wealth, fame, external achievements. But these notes often fade quickly, leaving behind a hollow silence. A Stoic life, however, is like a melody composed with care and purpose. Each note, wisdom, integrity, courage, resonates deeply and lingers long after it's played. At its core, Stoicism urges us to focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This simple yet profound directive calls us to action, to live according to our values, to prioritize virtue over vanity, and to dedicate ourselves to the common good. A meaningful existence isn't about what we gain, but what we give, to ourselves, to others, and to the world. Let's pause for a moment. You might be asking, how do I know what truly matters? How do I find my purpose in a noisy, fast-paced world that often rewards superficiality? Stoicism invites us to look inward, to strip away society's expectations, and to ask ourselves the hard questions. Who am I? What do I stand for? What legacy do I want to leave behind? This process isn't easy. It requires courage to confront uncomfortable truths and resilience to stay true to your values, especially when the world tempts you to stray. But like a compass, Stoicism provides guidance. It teaches us to examine not just what we do, but why we do it. Are our actions driven by virtue or by a desire for external validation? Consider the story of a potter crafting a vase. The potter doesn't focus on the applause the vase might earn or how much it might sell for. Their attention is on the work itself, shaping the clay, perfecting the form, pouring their heart into every detail. This is the Stoic approach to life, focusing on the craft, not the outcome. A meaningful life isn't free of hardship. In fact, Stoicism emphasizes that challenges and suffering are inevitable. But instead of seeing them as roadblocks, the Stoics viewed them as stepping stones. Seneca reminded us, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Every setback becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate." Think of a tree battered by the wind. Its branches may sway and its leaves may fall, but its roots grow deeper, anchoring it more firmly in the earth. That's what happens when we embrace life's struggles with a Stoic mindset. We don't seek out pain, but we learn to find meaning in overcoming it. You might wonder, does this mean I have to give up joy and ambition? Absolutely not. Stoicism doesn't ask us to reject pleasure or goals, but to approach them with balance. It's about savoring the beauty of life without clinging to it, appreciating success without letting it define us, and finding joy in the simple, profound moments: a sunset, a kind word, a shared laugh. Living a meaningful life also involves engaging with others. Stoicism is not a solitary journey. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, found meaning in serving his people, despite the immense pressures of his role. Stoicism encourages us to build relationships rooted in respect, understanding, and shared purpose. When we contribute to the well-being of others, we amplify the impact of our own lives. Let's explore a metaphor. Life is a garden. Each action, choice, and thought is a seed you plant. The garden doesn't flourish overnight. It requires patience, care, and a willingness to weather storms. but over time, the effort you invest blooms into something beautiful, not just for yourself, but for those who walk through it. In practice, a Stoic life is built in both grand gestures and small, daily acts. It's seen in a parent teaching their child, a friend lending a listening ear, or a stranger offering a smile. It's also found in solitary moments, reflecting on your values, appreciating the beauty of a quiet morning, or simply being present with yourself. These small acts, rooted in virtue, weave together into a life of profound meaning. Stoicism also reminds us of life's impermanence. Everything external, possessions, status, even relationships, will eventually fade. This isn't meant to sadden us, but to free us. When we accept the fleeting nature of life, we stop wasting time on what doesn't matter and focus on what does. As Epictetus said, "He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have." Ultimately, a meaningful existence isn't about avoiding life's storms, but learning to dance in the rain. It's about creating a life that resonates not because it's perfect, but because it's authentic, virtuous, and true to who you are. When you live with intention, every moment becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your life, a work of art that tells a story of purpose, resilience, and connection. As you walk this path, remember that you're not alone. The Stoics left us their wisdom not as a rulebook, but as a companion, a guide to help us navigate life's complexities. By embracing their teachings, we align ourselves with something greater, the natural rhythm of the universe and the timeless pursuit of a life well lived. So, let's live lives that echo, not with noise, but with meaning. Let's plant seeds of virtue, nurture them with purpose, and watch as they grow into legacies that stand the test of time. In doing so, we'll discover that the journey itself, with all its trials and triumphs, is the meaning we've been searching for all along. Number 5. Embrace the present. The Stoic art of now life often feels like a tug-of-war between regrets of the past and anxieties about the future. We replay old mistakes, worrying over what could have been, or we obsess over what's to come, endlessly planning, fearing, or hoping. But in all this mental noise, we forget the one thing that truly matters, the present moment. Stoicism teaches us to fully inhabit the now. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." This isn't just about mindfulness or living in the moment. It's about recognizing that the present is the only time where action is possible, where life actually happens. Think of life as a flowing river. The past is the water upstream, already gone, and the future is the water downstream, not yet arrived. All you have is the water beneath your feet, the present, where you can wade, swim, and make choices. Worrying about what's upstream or downstream doesn't change the flow. It only distracts you from experiencing the river as it is. Consider how often we let the present slip through our fingers. We sit with friends, but scroll through our phones, half listening. We walk outside, but don't notice the trees, the breeze, or the sun. We're physically present, but mentally elsewhere. Stoicism challenges us to break free from this cycle and return to the here and now. Some might wonder, but what about planning for the future? Isn't that important? Of course it is. The Stoics weren't against preparation. They believed in prudence and foresight. But they also understood the danger of becoming so consumed by the future that we neglect today. Seneca warned, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or future. It means putting them in their proper place. The past holds lessons, but we can't change it. The future holds possibilities, but we can't control it. The present, however, is ours to shape. Imagine planting a garden. You can't alter the seeds you planted yesterday, nor can you guarantee a harvest tomorrow. But you can water the soil today. You can pull weeds and nurture the plants in this very moment. That's how meaningful progress is made, one present action at a time. This principle extends to relationships, work, and personal growth. When you're present with someone, you show them they matter. When you give your full focus to a task, you do it well. When you approach your personal goals with daily effort rather than distant dreams, you build momentum. The present moment is where gratitude lives. It's where joy resides. It's where you find peace, not by escaping life's challenges, but by facing them with clarity and grace. So, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of the chair beneath you, the air around you. This moment, right here, is all you truly have. And in fully embracing it, you unlock the power to live. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now. As we reflect on the teachings of Stoicism, it becomes clear that this ancient philosophy is more than a collection of abstract ideas. It's a transformative way of living. Stoicism offers us a compass, guiding us through life's chaos with wisdom, resilience, and tranquility. It doesn't promise to eliminate difficulties, but empowers us to face them with a steady heart and an unshaken spirit. Imagine life as a stormy sea. The waves will rise, the winds will howl, but Stoicism shows us how to navigate with purpose and grace. It teaches us that while we can't control the storm, we can master our ship. And in doing so, we discover a profound sense of peace, not by escaping the storm, but by embracing it. One of the most profound gifts of Stoicism is its practicality. The principles we've explored aren't just intellectual musings, they're actionable tools. Each idea, from mastering our emotions to embracing the present, is a step toward turning challenges into opportunities for growth. As Epictetus wisely said, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. You might wonder, how do I apply this to my daily life? Can I really find peace amidst the chaos? The answer is yes, because Stoicism isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about small, deliberate steps toward understanding what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. Think of a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. Each strike is intentional, removing what isn't needed to reveal the beauty within. That's what Stoicism helps us do. Remove distractions, fears, and false desires, allowing our truest selves to emerge. Consider the power of letting go. When we release the need to control the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't about giving up. It's about redirecting our energy toward what we can influence, our thoughts, choices, and actions. This shift in perspective transforms how we define success and happiness. It's no longer about external accolades or fleeting pleasures, but about living in harmony with our core values. Imagine a candle burning steadily in a dark room. Its light doesn't flicker or waver, no matter how strong the wind outside. That's the inner peace Stoicism helps us cultivate, a light that remains constant amidst life's uncertainties. As we walk the Stoic path, we begin to see life differently. Each moment, whether joyful or challenging, becomes an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to deepen our connection to what truly matters. This isn't a journey we take alone. It's a shared experience, enriched by the wisdom of those who came before us, and by the people we meet along the way. So, as we part for now, remember this. The most important journey isn't the one that takes us outward, it's the one that takes us inward.